Well, as I said earlier, it's an absolute pleasure to be back here in Singapore. And I just want to say to you why it's so important. We believe for some time that Singapore, well, you know it better than I do, is one of the most exciting cities in the world. But it's also a city where King Country is getting more of a presence. Last year, we were fortunate that we had a dealer here in Singapore with a storefront where you could actually physically go and see the models. Sadly, I hope it's not because of King Country, but that's no more. So we're here to say that we're here for you. There's an old saying, well not that old saying, that John F. Kennedy said, which was something along the lines of, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Well, I want to paraphrase that and say, you know, we want to see what King Country can do for you. We want to hear what you like, what you don't like, and perhaps what you would like to see. And the reason that that's so important is last year when we had the meeting and we had the question and answer, one of the things that came up was, well, what particular things would you like to see? And we've been talking to a few other people elsewhere, and one of the subjects that did come up was they wanted to see maybe more of an emphasis on World War II here in Southeast Asia and the Pacific. And I said, well look, we've been thinking of doing a Japanese aircraft. And of course the most famous Japanese aircraft in World War II is the Mitsubishi Zero. So I said, could I just have a show of hands that if we produce this model, how many of you might actually buy it? And I said, please be honest. Don't just say it because you like it, but you've got no intention of buying it. How many of you would actually buy it? And there was a fantastic show of hands. And I remember Helen and myself looked at each other and I thought, well, I think these guys are genuine. So let's put it into production. And we went back from that trip, and we did put it into production. And it was one of the most successful, and still is one of the most successful aircraft we've ever produced, to such an extent that we're going to produce more of them. Not all the same markings, you'll be happy to know, but something slightly different. And we're looking at other Japanese aircraft. But what I'm trying to get to is the fact that that came out of the feedback that you get from genuine collectors at an event like this. Now, I can never understand why more companies don't try to do what we try to do. Now, maybe we're fortunate because we're based in Hong Kong, which is not that far from Singapore, so it's not that difficult for us to get down here. But I think it's the fact of the whole ethos of King & Country. We are a company that was started by myself and my ex-wife. Now, she wasn't a collector, but I was. So I know to some extent how you guys think, because I'm still a collector even after all these years. And I don't just mean I collect King & Country. I do collect King & Country, but I collect other people's work as well. I love this hobby. This hobby has given me so much fun and pleasure. And as a business, it's exactly the same. The fun that you get from this, the enjoyment from discussing subjects that we come up with at these gatherings is vitally essential to the success of King & Country. So here we are today, thanks to Helen and the Singapore Cricket Club. I won't say Hong Kong Cricket Club. But we're here to listen to you, but to tell you some of the changes that are going to be taking place with the situation where we don't, alas, have a dealer right here in Singapore. What we're trying to establish with KMC Direct is for almost you guys to feel that you've got that dealer, you've got that relationship with the company. And that's why we've got Elsa, we've got Tammy, we've got Christy here as well, because these are the people that deal with you personally. And we want to establish that relationship where you can contact us and you'll get instant service, you'll get better service than I hope you've ever had, And I hope you'll get it at a better price. So in fact, it's not going to cost you any more. In some respects, it might even cost you less. Because obviously, the gentleman that was running a store here, he had overheads to take care of, and he had to pay for all the shipping down here. But what again, you may know this already, but what we're going to do now is when you place an order from Singapore with us in Hong Kong, it'll come postage free. Particularly, am I right, Helen, if you spend $250 US, right? So with $250 US, you'll get everything shipped, and because of that special relationship, I hope that all of us will forge. You'll get the best treatment. You'll get it shipped instantly. As soon as we've got it, you'll get it. So you'll have it within 24 hours or 48 hours at the most. So that's important as well. What else we're trying to do today is to give you a little insight into what we're thinking of doing in the coming months and even weeks. Some of you have had the opportunity to look at the new items you can see on display outside. And you can see it, I don't know if they're on, is Mr. Lee Kuan Yew there? Yep. Right. Well, obviously we're trying to break even more into this market here. And we're showing your late former Prime Minister. I'm just going to say, I hope some people might disagree with this, but I've got to say this in a little credit to Lee Kuan Yew. For all the politicians that I've read about and heard about and listened to over the years in my almost 40 years in the Far East, Lee Kuan Yew stands head and shoulders above the rest. I'm not just saying that to make you guys feel good if that's how you feel, ladies and gentlemen, but really, talk about a straight talking guy. He was a man. And we wanted to do that to just show another side of the company. That we're moving into areas that are not just purely military. And again, you've seen from what we've been doing, Streets of Old Hong Kong. One of the things I'd love to do here for Singapore is a Streets of Old Singapore series. And I'd be interested to hear what your reaction to something like that would be. Because depending what it is, it can be something that we launch and you can actually see. We've also been working on our World of Dickens series. And again, the reason we're doing things like Streets of Old Hong Kong or Streets of Old Singapore, World of Dickens, we're about to launch on the Streets of Old London, which is going to take the period from the end of the Dickens period up to the turn of the 19th and 20th century, and the end of the reign of Queen Victoria. Now that was known as the high noon of the British Empire. But it also had characters like Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. And we see that we can bring elements like that into our collections. Why are we doing this? We're doing it because we want to explore other areas and we want to bring in a wider group of people. Not just people that like military things. And believe me, I'm one of the guys that loves military things. But there's a market out there, and particularly there's quite a few ladies here today. And that's vitally important. One of the things I noticed many years ago in our store in Hong Kong was that couples would come into the store and the guy could spend 2 or 3 hours just looking around the shelves. But after about 5 or 10 minutes, his very patient wife or girlfriend would be going, "Come on, let's get out of here." I thought we need something that perhaps ladies might be interested in, that might just appeal to the female side of the population. And that's how Streets of Old Hong Kong came into being. We actually created it with an eye towards the female market. And originally when it started, we also thought it would appeal to tourists. What became the biggest surprise was it certainly did appeal to tourists, and it did appeal to ladies. What surprised us was the number of couples that began to collect Streets of Old Hong Kong as a couple. So the guy was still collecting his military stuff, but he felt he got a free pass when he'd buy his wife some Streets of Old Hong Kong as well. So I only mention this to perhaps some of the husbands and boyfriends in the audience, so they can use this as a buying tactic. Keep the missus happy, and you'll be happy as well, as we all know. So that's another side to what we're doing. Again, talking about the recent past and what we're planning for the future. As many of you know, we've covered subjects like World War II pretty well. But every time I think we've covered it pretty well, something comes up that gives you a fresh idea. And again, I mentioned that the thing we did with the Mitsubishi Zero. That's actually led us to, and you'll see from the little complimentary gift that you've got in your goodie bag, the little Japanese soldier that's in there. That came about because when we were trying to think of an idea for a giveaway figure for this event, I was looking through all my books and I came across a very famous photograph of Japanese soldiers marching through Singapore just at the surrender. And there, in the middle of that little group, was this little guy in a grubby white t-shirt with his rifle over his shoulder. I thought, that would be a good one to do. But after we did it, I started thinking, and we talked about this last year, it might be interesting to look at a subject like World War II in this part of the world, Southeast Asia. Now, whether it's the Battle of Malaya in Singapore, or whether it's the later battles of say, Burma, again, I'd like to hear what you guys think. I'd like to hear whether you think this is something that would appeal to you, or whether you don't think it would appeal to you. Something else that we just talked about earlier on at the table that I'm sitting at. When I was over at the Chicago show just about five weeks ago, I was talking to one of our biggest dealers in America who publishes a magazine 4 times a year. It's a mail order magazine that specializes in selling all kinds of collectibles, military collectibles, usually to guys like myself, ex-servicemen, or certainly people that are interested in history. And I was asking him what his most popular ranges were, and he said, oh, World War II by far, most popular. He said, but guess what's the second most popular range? So I was thinking, American market? Well, maybe American Civil War, American Revolution? He says, no, the Vietnam War. He said that was the second, and he said it was the fastest growing little series within what they did. And that also got me thinking about conflicts that had taken place post-1945. So that's another thing I'd like to hear from you guys, whether you think within your collections, or would you be willing to start up a new collection for subjects like that? So again, that's part of what this is all about. So, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Is there anyone that's brave and bold enough who would like to put their hand up and maybe ask the first question?
I remember last year we did mention 88mm gun.
I beg your pardon?
88mm, 88 rounds, 88mm.
Oh, an 88 millimeter gun, the flag gun.
And I believe the answer was somewhere this year.
Right.
We are
Well,
still waiting.
my friend in the corner there, Alan, was asking the 88mm gun. It had been on a list, there ain't no bones about that. And as usual, the problem is there's no shortage of ideas of what to do, both from you guys and from us. But sometimes you get sidetracked into another area and you suddenly find you've run out of time. As it happens, one of our competitors has just announced an 88mm gun that's coming out. And we made the decision that because of the cost element that we thought it would cost, not to manufacture, we can make it okay, but the manufacturing costs would be very high, especially with a full crew of 8 or 10 figures to make it realistic. That we felt that the market, the economic market, is still a little bit depressed. That whether the toy market could afford it at this point, I mean, to make a sort of sad decision, not this year, right? But I know too late was a cry, but we have, over the years, we've done several. If you really want an 88mm gun, there's always eBay, you can always find one. But apologies about that, Alan. Sorry to let you down on that one, you know. But we'll keep it in the back burner. The F4U Corsair. Right. We've just sent off the master painting to the factory in China to get what they call the counter samples.
Okay.
And what's quite interesting is when we do something like this, we build the master, we then hand paint it, and then once we've decided that's the markings that we like, we then send it off to the factory, and the factory will then send us back in about 2 or 3 weeks 3 or 4 samples of that aircraft. That will be the production model. The great thing about the F4U Corsair was that it was used by the US Marines, it was used by the US Navy, it was used by the Royal New Zealand Air Force, and it was used by the Royal Navy. And even in the 1950s and up to the early 60s, the French Naval Air Force used it. So there's lots of potential for different versions of it. But what I'm not going to give away too many secrets, but yes, the F4U Corsair is scheduled for release, I think, I'm going to say it's January, February. If we can bring it forward, we will, but we don't want to sacrifice any of the detail. But it's going to come complete with a really great pilot figure, standing pilot figure, a very well-known Corsair pilot. Okay. Now, as we did with the Japanese aircraft, we're also going to be bringing out several figures that you can make a little vignette of it. So you'll have some ground crew figures to go with it, and 1 or 2 other pieces that will really make for a very nice scene. So if you like aircraft models, keep some space in your collection for the Corsair. It's coming. And maybe if that works out, maybe we'll get to do the Hellcat down the line. A very good point, if you actually opened it up to the Straits settlements, it would potentially give you a bigger pool than just Singapore. I'd have to work that out carefully, and I think it's an excellent suggestion. From a slightly different point of view, from a global point of view, the problem is, if you had to go to, let's say, as we do, a show in London or a show in Chicago, and say, you've got to see your streets of the old Straits settlements, you get a lot of very blank looks. But as you say, streets of old Singapore, yes, I know exactly what you mean. So, but I do take your point, and that's something well worth considering, how you market it. Exactly, and whether there's a way, I mean, what we've done with, for instance, World of Dickens, we started off with World of Dickens based all around the characters and the period that Charles Dickens was writing from about the 1840s to 1870. And then we decided that was too narrow, that we wanted to really make it a complete Victorian range. And we added the tagline, World of Dickens on the streets of old London. So that we could take it all the way up to Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, Jack the Ripper, etc., etc. So that it give it more legs. So I think your idea is excellent in terms of, don't limit yourself by just saying Singapore. If you get away with streets of old Singapore, Penang, maybe that might be the way around it, I don't know.
Japanese soldier that you have here, is there a plan to roll out a few more, like
yes. No, there is something. We've already, although it's not directly, I mean, what I can tell you is, because of the success of the Zeros, with many requests, all 3 that we've done have been Japanese Navy. We've been requested to do a Japanese Army Zero, the Green Zero, and that's in the works at the moment. And to back that up, we've done several Japanese Army ground crew to service the aircraft, plus some Japanese guards that can be used to guard the airfield, not dissimilar to the one that you've got in your goodie bag. So we're sort of building up slowly, and that way hopefully it's more affordable as well. It's not something that will come out every 2 months, but maybe every few months you'll get a few figures here, a few figures there, to let you build the collection, and then we'll see where it takes us.
Just maybe linked to the World War II and the Asian wars. Have you ever thought about doing Chinese national forces? that war we planned 5 years before Christmas? Would it have a market? Is it a bit sensible?
It's certainly a bit sensitive if you're manufacturing in China. But funnily enough, I mean, it's an interesting point about doing nationalist forces. And when we did the Flying Tiger P-40, and of course it's got the Chinese nationalist star on the wings. There was some talk in the office. I wonder if this will get banned. I wonder if they'll actually, and we had no problems whatsoever. So whether it's seen in a bigger context of the struggle against the Japanese oppressors, you know. But I think if it were just communist forces fighting the big seller, and there'd be no problems with production. Yes. Yeah, actually, the PLA. We did a little PLA series in 1997 with the handover of Hong Kong back to China, and it was very successful. We did it for 1 year, and really, I think, made 3 or 4 figures. But yeah, that's one of those subjects that actually I thought myself that we could have a look at. And of course, the Chinese forces today are totally different. When we were back in '97, we were still doing them in the green uniforms with the Mao cap and the little red star on the front. Now you look at the modern Chinese forces, and they just, well, I don't mean they just look like every other modern force, but they'll get different weapons, they'll get digitized uniforms, they'll get modern equipment. Yeah, I often wonder, could it work? Would it sell? And in Hong Kong, you've got a growing number of mainland customers that come into the store in Pacific Place because they haven't seen anything like this any place in the world. Or any place in China, I should say, not any place in the world. And the number of times we get first-time buyers who come in because they just see these little figures and they think, that'd be great, let's get some of those. DC mentioned, I don't know if you can hear it over there, that because Streets of Old Hong Kong has been so popular, I again, maybe it ties in with what you were saying about straight settlement, maybe you don't narrow yourself down to one particular city, but you do Streets of Old Chinatown, because almost every city of any size in Asia has a distinct Chinatown. So yeah, I think actually that's well worth thinking about. Maybe that might be the way around just not being too narrow just for Singapore. You know, I think it's because when I was talking about Singapore, because I love coming here, because I love this place. If I couldn't live in Hong Kong, I would come to Singapore. That's the good news and bad news. Oh, really? Right. Well, listen, if you've been to Hong Kong and we get all the pollution coming down from China, you might not say that either.
All the manufacturing in China.
Exactly. Like all the manufacturing of all those toy soldiers. But that may be a way around it. Yes, sir.
I'm at Streets of Hong Kong fans, and I've been collecting for the last 20, 25 years. I'm short of backdrops.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of maybe making some more. I've got, 1, 2, 3 shelves of backdrops, and I need more.
Do you mean the facades?
Yes.
Yes. Actually, again, getting back to that sort of 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. I really need to do a couple of new facades for. I've been too busy doing Sherlock Holmes' 221B Baker Street, and you must be pretty good with a paintbrush. Couldn't you take some of that Normandy village and just repaint the signs? Right? But yeah, actually, we really do. That's higher. I like your style. Think of bigger, more expensive backdrops. Yes. Bigger, but less expensive. No. I don't. Yes, in theory, it'd be wonderful to do some bigger ones. But again, a couple of things. Not everyone is fortunate in having a large space. So you try to provide something for everyone. The great thing about the ones that we've got at the moment is you can mix and match them. You you can act piece by piece. But I think, point taken, that we're definitely short of at least minimum 2, possibly 3 new, and I'm sure Helen's taking mental notes, and she'll put that in my little things for Andy to do when he leaves Singapore. Polish campaign, 1939.
You did one single figure.
I know.
And then that's it.
I know.
Because we have all the early war, the 35, and the 38.
Yeah, I've actually been very interested in that campaign. It wasn't a very long campaign, but it's an interesting one, and it would definitely suit the Fields of Battle series, which is early war. Yeah, I've thought about that for a while actually, and I think, to be honest, I think that's really one that we should be discussing when we go back to Hong Kong. Yes. Yeah, in fact, one of our, if you're interested in that kind of thing, one of our biggest dealers in America is called Sierra Toy Soldiers, and we've just designed a special figure of Wojtek the bear, who was the mascot of the Free Poles in Italy during World War II. And it's an exclusive to Sierra Toy Soldiers, and it comes with a Polish soldier and the bear. But I've been talking to Mishka, who is the lady that's, yes, and Mishka's of Polish descent, and she's been sort of wanting us to do the Polish campaign of 1939. I think there's a good chance, yes, because you wouldn't have to do so many figures. You could actually do some Polish cavalry, some infantry, maybe a little tank or something like that. And it's different. I like it because no one else has done it. So let's see if we can do the first. Yeah, I appreciate the suggestion. Yeah. That's the most difficult part. One of the things that stopped me looking at it again was size and complexity. To do a Huey, which, I mean, whenever I think of the Vietnam War, I always, my image is always the Hueys rising up into the air and a sort of Creedence Clearwater Revival soundtrack in the background, flying in. If we were doing it, I think I would do something that didn't involve a helicopter. There are other options. The war was fought in the cities, and if you know anything of the Tet offensive, where the VC and the North Vietnamese attacked all the main population centres in Vietnam, and you look at something like the 5th Marines at the Battle of Hue, the old imperial capital, that was urban fighting. So if I was doing it tomorrow, that's what I would do. I would do the battle for Hue, or even the battle for the US Embassy in Saigon when the VC actually got into the compound. That would be interesting.
I wonder, something that people haven't done is the naval aspect of American Civil War. You don't see that, and America, a big market in Civil War.
Yeah. It's a ship. You're back to the ship model thing again. I mean, it's like I would love to do the Battle of Trafalgar with Admiral Nelson. If I could just do a 7 or 8 foot long HMS Victory, it'd be wonderful. And I know that everyone in this room would buy one. Just keep it somewhere in their house. But I think because the other thing is, as we introduce new ranges, you have to be always brutal and cut off others, because there comes a point, it's like you guys collecting. And I've heard this from a few people say, I love collecting, but I've got no more space. Well, one way around that is you go on eBay again, you sell some of your old collection, and some guys do this. They sell some of the old collection, which not only funds the new collection, it creates space.